Ricky Thornton not in the show. All right, folks, here's your lineup for B-Main number 2 on the front row. I don't know, I must have touched it. Serious accident out here between 1 and 2. We got one upside down. Well, folks, here we are at East Bay Raceway again on Friday night for the 48th running of the Winter Nationals here. And we have run one B main already, but I didn't have the lineup for you. And my assistant tonight, I keep touching the screen on her cell phone and I think it clicks off. But to kind of give you a little lineup here. Going to be starting on the pole, going to be the 15K of Jensen Ford. Outside that front row is going to be the 20B of Todd Brennan. Inside that second row is going to be a guy that I see around the Missouri area there quite a bit, Tony Jackson Jr. Then the 89 on the outside of row number 2 is going to be Mike Spatola. That third row is going to be Daniel Adam in the 75. Outside of him in the third row is going to be 71C of R.J. Conley. Then we're going to have the 61R, or is it 6JR? Look at the 6JR, Parker Martin. Outside of him on the 8th starting spot is going to be the 29 of Larry Gruby. Then in the 5th row, it's going to be 17 SS of Brendan Smith. Excuse me. And then the 96 of Tanner English. Wow, we got a bunch of them in here. Row 6, inside row, is going to be Brandon Weigel. Outside of him in the 12th starting spot, 174 Ethan Dobson. Row 7 inside, 4S of Danny Snyder. Outside is going to be the 3 of Brennan Willard. 8th row is going to be inside, 93, Lori Lawler. 11C on the outside, Trevor Collins. And that 9th row is going to be K&R. Kenny King. Then outside him, an 18th starting spot is the 214 of Hayden, excuse me, Cowan. Something kind of keeps catching my breath there. But anyway, that's going to be your starting position here for this, like I say, second B main here at East Bay Raceway. Man, what a beautiful day we have had here in East Bay and all of Tampa. I think it was 75, 76 degrees and rather pleasant here right now. I wouldn't say people in short sleeves, but they got their coats unzipped, hoodies down. If anything, it's to protect them from the flying dirt, because there is a bunch of flying dirt here. But they've cleared the track of the car that turned over. Sorry I did not get a number for you or a name. But we'll restart this B main here. Second B main from the Clay by the Bay, East Bay Raceway. Don't know how many have ever been here before, but Pretty unique track. Fantastic racing over the years has been put on here. Once again, them first few rows is going to be Brandon Weigel. Oh, sorry. Jensen Ford on the pole, Todd Brennan, Tony Jackson Jr. from Lebanon, Missouri. Like I say, not too far from my home base, Kansas City. Mike Spatola, Daniel Adams, R.J. Conley, Parker Martin, and Larry Gruby. That's your first 4 rows. Get them lined up here again. We'll be ready to go. Ford and Brennan on the front row. We'll be bringing them down. Yellow flag's still out. Going to take another lap. Still plenty of racing room here on the track. Got a high groove, low groove, and I believe you could hit something in the middle if you want to. And just like the other nights here so far at East Bay, 1 and 2 still looking like it's got a little moisture in it. Might be a little tacky, but you get down here in 3 and 4, I can see where the track is starting to slick off. We've got a groove down there toward the bottom, and then a groove up toward the top. There goes the green flag. Ford and Brennan there on that front row. Brennan slides way up the track, and we got one spun around. Looks like the 71C. Looked like he got up in the fluff and it just came around. Sorry folks, I've had a scratchy throat all day. I think I got hoarse from announcing those double features last night. And it probably ain't gonna get no better. We'll be right back with the start here as soon as they get them aligned. Well, Ford up on that front row by himself this time. Tony Jackson Jr. in that second spot. For that fourth spot. Still Jensen Ford leader. Tony Jackson Jackson Jr. in second, coming around for the white flag. Tony Jackson Jr., Todd Brennan in that third spot. That's your second A main here tonight. Like I say, I think just two move on. So that's the way it goes. Yeah. All right, here's the lineup for this third and final B main here for the Friday night program at East Bay Raceway for their Winter Nationals. On the pole is going to be Mike Marlar. Outside him going to be Ross Bales. Then that second row is going to be Will Harrington. Then the 5 of Brendan Shepard. Now that was the winner last night. Brandon Shepard, he come from way back to win that A main. Bob Gardner will be inside that third row. Kyle Bronson outside the third. Logan Zarin, fourth row. Tyler Millwood outside of him in the 31. Fifth row is going to be Drake Troutman and Levi Yetter. Then Dylan McCowan. I think that's a Missouri guy. Max Blair outside that sixth row, inside the seventh row. It's going to be Carson Ferguson and then Seth Daniels outside of him. Jason Jack. Ryan Justin in the 30, in the eighth, outside eighth row. Ninth row is going to be Adam Boyd, and outside him is going to be Jack Riggs in the 81J. So once again, that front row, Mike Marlar and Ross Bales. Marlar's been extremely fast. I believe he finished second Wednesday night. So he made a run up through the field. It's amazing how these guys can be so fast one night and another night can't do nothing. So far, Ricky Thornton Jr. has really been struggling here at the Winter Nationals. I believe he blew a motor one night, but just really having a tough time. We're getting ready to go, folks. Green coming up. going to be Mike Marlar, Will Harrington, Brandon Shepard into that. That'd be your top three. That's going to do it for the B mains. We'll be back here very shortly with the A main. All right, folks, we're getting ready here for this A main here for the 48th running of the Friday night Winter Nationals at East Bay Raceway. Here's your starting lineup. On that front row, on the inside, is going to be Mark Whitener in the number 5. Outside will be Jonathan Davenport in the 49. Inside second row, Tyler Erb. Outside second row, Ross Robinson. Third row, last night's Monday makeup winner. No, that was last night's Thursday night winner. Jimmy Owens in the 20. Garrett Smith outside of him in the 10. Fourth row is going to be 76N. Blair Northrup. Outside of him be the 18D of Dalton Wilson. Fifth row, Hudson O'Neill. Outside of Hudson is going to be the 19M of Spencer Hughes. Sixth row, going to be Garrett Albertson in the 58. Outside of him is going to be Logan Height in the number 7. Seventh row is going to be Clay Harris in the 6. Devin Moran in the 99. Earl Pearson Jr. in row 8, 46. Dennis Erb outside of him in the 28. Row 9, Boom Briggs in the 99R. 18th starting spot, the 33 of Jeff Matthews. In the 10th row is going to be Ashton Winger. In the 12, outside of him, 15K, Jensen Ford. Back in the 21st starting position, going to be the 157 of Mike Marlar. 22nd starting spot, 3S, Brian Shirley. 12th row inside, Tony Jackson Jr. Outside of him, 14X of Will Harrington. 13th row, going to be Ricky Thornton Jr. Outside of him, Tim McCready. Two really fast cars back in the back. Plus, look here on the 14th row, Max Blair and Brandon Shepard. And then that 15th and final row is going to be Dreg Troutman in the 7T and Bob Gardner in the 4G. A lot of fast cars, 30 of them for 50 laps. 50 big ones, folks. So hang in there, stay with it. We'll get it all brought to you. Working here from East Bay Raceway for the Winter Nationals. Got my co-partner here, Mary Devling, helping out tonight. If I could get the microphone to her, I would, to see what her first impressions were here of the track. Mary, you want to let me step down there with you? Mary, why don't you take the microphone and tell us what you think here for your first impression?
Well, it's my first impression is actually that it's sad this park is going to close.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this is a wonderful facility. There are wonderful people here. You can see everything, and it looks like we're getting ready to go. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's a great place.
All right, Miss Devlin, I'll hand you the lineup deal. Well, folks, they may give them I don't think I'll give them a shot. Kind of dusted off. They went around, packed the top side in a little bit, kind of got the cushion beat down. But I think they're pretty much ready to go. I don't know, they may give us a 4-abreast lineup. But anyway, as soon as they get ready to go, we'll be right back. Like I say, 48th running of the Friday night Winter Nationals here at East Bay Raceway. All right, folks, we're getting ready to go. Here's your lineup again. It's going to be Whitener and Davenport on the front row. Erb, Robinson on the second row. Owens and Smith on that third row. Here they come around to take the green flag. 50 laps. Davenport going to go around that top. Whitener coming back on the bottom. Just as Davenport catches up to the back of the field, we've got one over here that has stopped in turn 2. I think it was on fire. And they threw the red flag. That looks like the number 10 of Garrett Smith. Garrett had been fast here on both of the features from last night. Started on the pole, both of them. But a little fire here early. We got 7 laps down, 43 to go. Looks like they got everything under control, starting to roll the cars back off, get them lined back up again. But Smith looks like his evening is done. Like I say, 7 down, 43 to go. Well, Garrett Smith, that was a costly error or mistake, whatever you want to call it there. He was running 4th and out of the race now. And your lineup now is going to be Jonathan Davenport in 1st, Tyler Erb in that 2nd spot, Jimmy Owens in 3rd. It's going to be Dalton Wilson in that 4th spot, and Hudson O'Neill up into that 5th spot with the 7 of Ross Robinson, I believe, in 6th. Yellow light's still on, so we're going to take one more lap here. Davenport, man, I mean, he was up on that top side and rolling, and had just caught up with the back of the pack when that yellow flag come out. So things were probably going to start getting interesting there. Jimmy Owens has moved up, I believe, from the 4th or 5th row into that 3rd spot. Jimmy Owens, the Thursday night winner. Tyler Erb was the winner, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, Davenport just about put himself out of the race there through the yellow flag, and one of the lap cars slowed down. and he looked like he run right into the back of him. Maybe it was just a glancing blow. The car doesn't look like it's hurt. But you'd think that left front might have some damage or something along the side. He must have missed him. But he had to really get on the brakes there to get away from him. But your leader up front, Tyler Erb, like I say, Davenport goes up over the cushion, and took him a little while to get it back under him. And in the meantime, Tyler Erb blew by him. Jimmy Owens got up beside him there once and had a look, but he wasn't able to get around him either. So it's going to be Tyler Erb, Jonathan Davenport, Jimmy Owens, Hudson O'Neill, Albertson in the 58. Still trying to get them lined out right here, folks. We'll be back here in just a minute. Okay, once again, your lineup here. Still got a yellow flag, but we got Tyler Erb in the front. Davenport's there in second. Beside him there, Jimmy Owens. Then we got Albertson, Hudson O'Neill, and the 12. Winger. Yellow light goes out, Winger. And then I think that's 28 on the inside, but outside is Ricky Thornton Jr., and he is up from 25th. Got one up against the back straightaway wall over there, kind of hard to tell. Looks like a number 2. I can't really make it out, but I believe it's a number 2.
Sonny had ahead of him the whole lap.
Slowed her down there before we ever got started. Once again, we're going to have a little lineup time here, so we'll be right back. Just about ready to turn the yellow light out, so I'll give you this lineup here. The restart, still Tyler Erb out front. Jonathan Davenport in that second spot. Hudson O'Neill there in third. Dalton Wilson in fourth. Jimmy Owens fifth. Whitener is seventh, and I believe Ricky Thornton Jr. is eighth. Here we go, folks. 34 laps to go, 34. Davenport, O'Neill, Albertson, Wilson, Thornton. To go, Davenport, O'Neill, Albertson, Wilson, Thornton. Davenport, O'Neill, Wilson, Albertson, Thornton. Two to go. Davenport, O'Neill. White flag left, white flag. Finishing order, Davenport, O'Neill, Wilson, Albertson, and I believe Thornton. There you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you down the road.